Okay, I've got this pattern here. It's just a wide band, and I want to make a mold of it. So what I'm going to do here is I got this mold rubber here, and it's interesting. I have probably at least 500 pounds of this scrap pieces of mold rubber. And so today I got kind of an idea, and I'm going to try it out. So what we have here, this is a mold holder. It's kind of hard to say for some reason. Mold holder and a mold frame. And so what I'm going to start off with is adding talc. I got this sock here and I got talc in it. I'm going to put it to the back side of this, and then I'm also going to do it on the inside of the mold frame. And the talc, you could use baby powder too, but it keeps everything from sticking. So the first thing we do is I have the first piece of mold rubber, and I get all the rejects, so there's like a piece missing here, but it won't matter. And I'm going to talc the back side of it, and I'm going to face it down, and then this won't stick together. And so then the second one I'm going to do, and so let's see here, we're going to take, I got to think here, I'm going to move that, I'm going to move this over, and I'm going to place, sometimes you have to kind of do this on the fly if it's kind of an experiment, which this is. I know it'll work, but so I'm going to place that pretty much in the center like that, and then I'm going to take this wooden dowel and I'm going to push it down. This is really hard mold rubber, and when it's hard like this, it's great for powder separation molds. And it's going to work wonderfully for this, but I need to push that in first, like that. And then what I'm going to do is we'll move this aside. We'll take this, we're going to set that down just like that. And then I have the mold frame here. Try and keep this in the picture. And so this, I'm going to slide that through. We'll put the cone on here. Yeah, hi kitty cat. Can't help you right now, you gotta wait a minute. So we're gonna... Okay, once we have that, I'm gonna move that. I'm gonna come back here. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I've made that indentation. I'm going to pull this back out. I'm going to set it on there. Push that down. Then I'm going to take an X-Acto blade. Cut this out. Just like that. We give our cats treats. And at a certain time every day, the cat comes and lets me know that it's time for her treat. But every day it seems that they want more and more treats, so. Anyway, so we're gonna pop that out, just like that. This is my idea here. Move this back over. Set that back in place. We're going to take our piece here, push it down in the center, like that. Push this in really good again, just like that. Then we want to take our mold locks, and what these do is they help position the two halves of the mold. I think with this one we're just going to go with 2. I mean, I could get a couple more up here, but I don't think they're necessary. And what I use for this It's just like a a socket wrench, and it kind of fits over this. I suppose one of these days I'll actually build a tool for this. So push that in just like that. Make sure these are straight up and down. And then we'll take our next piece here, and actually what we're going to do is we're going to powder this. Then we're going to powder one side of this. Now that means the piece I put in here, the other side will stick to this bottom piece, and this part up here won't stick to here, and so it'll pull apart once the mold is done. So we're going to press that down in there, and I'm even going to really press it in the center. Softer mold rubber, you don't have to do this. But the hard mold rubber, which is great for the powder separation mold, you do kind of have to do this. So it's just what needs to be done with certain types of mold rubber. So there, we'll push that in like that. These gaps up here aren't going to matter; they're going to fill up, and so we're going to talc this. Stay away from talcing down in there. We're going to add talc to this part. We want to get these on even. Just want to hand tighten them. I should also point out that I have my toaster oven on at 350 degrees. And by the time I have this ready, it'll be ready to go in there. And it's going to cook in there for 50 minutes. 50. So we turn it on its side, and I like to try and get this to be somewhat horizontal and have the same amount of rubber on top and bottom. Or what I mean is that I don't like it when it's crooked. And so what you can do is you can take a screwdriver, a regular one here, and you can kind of straighten this. I just like things to be as even as possible when it goes in. I think it gives you the greatest chance of getting the mold right. So then we'll crank these down again as far as we can with our finger, with our hand here, and so that's ready, and it's ready to go in the toaster oven, and then we'll open it up and see what we get. All right, and I think what I'm going to do is, if I got all this, if this works well, and I've got all this extra mold rubber, I'll put it up on the website, and we can just sell it as scrap or something. All right, thanks.